Okay, I've been doing videos for a decade on YouTube here, and I have never in my entire life heard an argument as stupid as the one you're about to hear. Dude, I mean, really, this argument is so fucking brain dead, it'll make you dumber just by merely hearing it. Don't believe me? See for yourself.
Really matter. Get your finger off of the fucking trigger. Are you ambidextrous because you were holding with your left hand, or you're holding it with your right hand last
He doesn't
time?
know
Now you're
shit
holding it
about
with your
guns,
left
does
hand.
he?
Like, dude, keep it at the low ready. If you're up and down range, that's one thing, because typically you'll like cradle your gun and your magazines, or you'll cradle your weapon and your magazines when you're walking down range to go and get your weapon cleared so that you don't shoot somebody. But don't put your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to shoot. That's it. That's all I have to say. Dapperton, I don't think you should own any firearms. I don't think you're ready for it.
This dude has said that I shouldn't be able to own guns, or he doesn't think I should own guns, because someone drew fan art of me holding a gun with bad trigger discipline and my finger on the trigger when it shouldn't be. But it's just fan art. Whoever drew it obviously doesn't know what trigger discipline is and didn't know that that's bad trigger discipline. Okay, that has nothing to do with me owning actual firearms. He does realize that's not an actual picture of me, right? It's a cartoon that someone else made 10 years ago. I honestly think what happened was you just got on YouTube and you wanted to seem like you're like a smart military guy and you know about firearms, so you were talking about trigger discipline and bringing up obvious things that everybody who owns firearms knows. I know about trigger discipline, bro. I have trained people on my channel how to use a firearm before, how to use a pistol and how to operate it. I know what trigger discipline is.
Okay, the first thing you do is always make sure the gun is safe. Pull the magazine out. Check the chamber. Okay, it's empty. Check the chamber a bunch of times. It's very important. So, yes, no rounds flew out, so it's safe. Now, okay, what you don't want to do is check it to see if there's rounds in the chamber when there's a magazine inside the gun. Because there are going to be rounds inside the magazine, so there will be nothing up here, so when you check it, there will be nothing in the chamber. But when you let go, you'll actually be loading a round in, making the gun dangerous. You got to be careful not to do that. To avoid that, you always pull out the magazine first. And never forget that. Now to hold the pistol, what you do is you put your finger below the slide like this. Exactly like that.
The point is, I know what trigger discipline is. And I think most people who own firearms do too. You're not some genius. You're not smart. You're not some fucking awesome, brave soldier who knows shit that other people don't. You're a fucking fraud. You're a piece of shit because you don't even defend people's rights. You want my rights taken away because I think differently than you. Fuck you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but military members are supposed to protect my rights, not try to take them away for merely disagreeing with them. What the fuck is this? Just because my avatar that someone made 10 years ago doesn't know what trigger discipline is, doesn't mean that I don't know what trigger discipline is. You know that's not me, right? That's not a literal picture of me. That's a fucking cartoon. You are stupid. You are a stupid, stupid person. This dude needs to fucking uninstall. I mean, this guy has done 40 videos on me. Him and his crew have done 40 videos on me in the last couple years. This is retarded, dude. They do a video on me once every day almost. Every other day at least. But sometimes every day. Sometimes 2 a day. It's retarded. This is ridiculous. Especially when all their arguments are cosmetic arguments. They hate me because I'm ANCAP, right? They hate my guts because I'm ANCAP, and that's why they make videos on me. But instead of addressing my arguments, my ANCAP arguments, instead, they just make fun of me cosmetically. They make fun of my avatar. They make fun of my physical appearance in real life. Stuff like that. They don't attack my ANCAP arguments at all. These guys are morons. I mean, how do you make 40 videos on somebody and never once address their arguments? Ever. How? How is that even possible? But they do it. And this guy has made 2 videos double downing on this argument that my art that someone else made makes it so I'm not responsible enough to own guns. Like, he doubled down on that argument. Like, he really has. And let's hear his case, because it's some of the stupidest fucking arguments. I've only watched half of it so far, but it's some of the stupidest fucking arguments I have ever seen in my entire life. So I thought I'd share it with you, and I'll debunk them with you as we watch it together.
About a week ago, Dipshitterton over here, this guy, that's the one, this one, not this guy right here, put out a video about how I'm a fraud, a military fraud, I think is the title of the video. I downloaded it just so he can, just so that he couldn't, like, take it down or private the video while I was watching it. But he made this video about how I'm a military fraud. And there's a lot to go over. On Underhaven, I went over a little bit of it. I think it was a minute 30 seconds out of the 446 that we have here. So we're just going to go through the whole thing and see what he actually has to say, because I kind of destroyed him in about a minute and a half.
Yep. Yeah. He thinks he destroyed me. Okay, understand that he is that delusional. When you watch this video, tell me if he's destroying me. Let me know in the comment section if I got destroyed, because I don't think I did. Honestly, this guy doesn't know shit. He doesn't know, his arguments don't even make sense half the time. Just listen to him. You'll see in a second. Dude, I've watched half this video, and it is moronic, to say the least.
Don't put your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to shoot. Pretty goddamn simple. So, don't put your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to shoot.
The context of that image isn't there. Maybe the person in front of him has a gun pointed at him and he's about to unload. So Dapperton's about to unload his entire magazine. So that's why he put his finger on the trigger, because he is ready to unload. You don't know. And it's a fucking drawing. It's not me in real life. I didn't even draw it.
Finger. This is how you're, like, if you have a rifle in your hand and he's got a Thompson, it's a submachine gun, still same thing. Even with a handgun, this is how it should look. I don't have a handgun with me.
Now, to hold the pistol, what you do is you put your finger below the slide like this. Exactly like that.
And by the way, I didn't make that video today or yesterday after we've had this argument. No, I made that video 6 fucking years ago, dude. I know what trigger discipline is. You're not smart. You're not the only one who knows what that shit is. Everybody knows what it is, you moron.
My handgun is secured elsewhere. So this is how it should look. Actually, it's kind of more like this, because when you but that's, I'm being, whatever. But when you have your rifle, yeah, it's supposed to be like this. Or you cradle it, and if you're going down range, you have your magazines, and you just walk down range with the barrel pointed out, up and down range. And that's in case you're just like walking along and all of a sudden you don't know there's something in the chamber and it goes off. It might go into somebody's crotch or leg or back or head or whatever, some body part, or it might just go near them. It doesn't fucking matter. You're going to get kicked off of the range. You don't know how to handle your weapon.
Let me explain this really slowly. That is a cartoon. A cartoon. A drawing. It's not me, bro. And you keep using that stupid range example. Maybe he's not at a range, dude. Not every fucking drawing of a person with a gun is a person at a range. Maybe he's not at a range. Maybe he's about to fight. You know where his finger should be? On the fucking trigger. Idiot.
But let's see what Dipshitterton has to say. That's it. That's all I had to say. Dapperton, I don't think you should own any firearms. I don't think you're ready for it. And that's the point of contention. I don't think you're ready. But let's go into it. Because I've already been over this, but we'll get into it.
You guys see my channel, right? You guys do know I've owned more guns than all of you combined, right? I'm talking about several AR-15s, Desert Eagle, MP5, Tommy gun.
Doesn't matter.
I've owned them all.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter that I'm an experienced firearm owner and I've shot them for 10 years and I know more about them than you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I know how to operate a firearm. It doesn't matter. It's not part of the equation at all. Okay.
I don't care. I own a car. I own a dog. So if my dog is super aggressive and just bites every single person all over the place, every single person that isn't me, should I own that dog? Because I can't control them. No.
Okay, so someone making art of me with bad trigger discipline is like me owning a dog that's killing a bunch of innocent people. That's really your argument. What the fuck is wrong with you?
If I own a car and I don't know which lane to drive in, I don't know what a double yellow means. I don't know how to use my turn signal and what a red light means, and how to identify traffic signals. Should I own that car? Probably not. You're probably not ready to use those to own those things.
But someone else's art has nothing to do with me. Do you understand that? That is not me, bro. That is not me. That's not an actual picture of me. That is a cartoon. Oh my god, this guy is just so fucking ridiculously stupid. It gives me a migraine. I have a migraine right now. Do you know what that's like? That's like me drawing a picture of you hitting a pedestrian and being like, oh, well, even though you didn't draw it and this is not a real picture of you, the fact that somebody made a picture of you hitting a pedestrian means you shouldn't own a car. That's literally your argument. You are fucking retarded. And to prove my point, look, Lizard, I drew you hitting a pedestrian with the car. So guess what? You shouldn't own a car now. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying you shouldn't.
Do you have the right to? Absolutely. You're a goddamn American. You can own whatever the fuck you want. Cool. Whatever. Am I going to judge you for being a piece of shit about it? Abso-fucking-lutely. This is a weapon. It's a weapon.
This is a cartoon. A cartoon. Not really me. It is fan art made 10 years ago.
A weapon. Do you know the definition of a weapon? A weapon is something, is an object that is used to hurt or kill another living being. Typically, another human being. And when it comes to a firearm, yes, absolutely. It is a weapon, and it's typically used to hurt or kill another human being or living being, depending on the weapon specifications and caliber.
If anyone else is getting the impression that this guy thinks he's some firearms expert when he clearly isn't, please let me know in the comment section, because I'm getting that fucking vibe. Like this guy thinks he knows way more than he really does. I mean, he's telling us obvious shit that everybody knows, acting like he's a fucking genius doing it. It is laughable. It is hilarious to me.
Of that weapon. So maybe you're just too goddamn dumb to even know what the fuck I'm talking about, let alone own a weapon.
Uh-huh. I know more about guns than you, dude. Shut up.
Look at the thumbnail, dipshit. No, I have never done Despot. When I was in Iraq, we had one dude, Gonzalez, rest in peace. Unfortunately, he passed away of cancer. So we all got on his ass because he would take his M9 and he would just be like, "Oh, is it loaded? Is it loaded?" And we were just like, "Dude, stop fucking doing that. Like, we don't know, we don't care. It's always loaded because anytime you pick up a firearm, it's always loaded."
Bro, are you fucking kidding me right now? My son knows more about guns than you. I know this shit. Everybody knows this shit. My fucking son knew this shit at 4 years old. You think I don't know this stuff? Okay, ready. Go ahead, Jaden. Grip it. Woo! High five. Recording. Be careful, bud. Not fast. Alright, slow down. You don't have to shoot that fast. Just shoot faster than you normally do.
I'm out.
Nice, that was fast. It's on, for sure.
It doesn't matter if you can see that it's clear. When somebody hands it to you, you clear it because it's always loaded.
That is basic firearm knowledge. You're not some holy wizard with the all-knowing knowledge of firearms that nobody else knows. You are not that person. Again, my 4-year-old son took classes and knew this shit at 4 years old. They wouldn't let him on the fire range if he didn't.
It's always loaded. And you know what happened while we were getting our weapons gauged? He popped off into the ground. He popped around into the fucking ground. He hit 9 fucking people with that one bullet because it went into the ground and exploded, and one of the fragments went into somebody's eye. Thankfully, she was okay.
Wow! Hits the ground and still kills 9 people. God damn!
It was just a minor injury. But the had he just been pointing it in a slightly different direction, it could have gone into somebody else. Because we were all just sitting around, you just like, okay, yeah, bullshit and whatever. And all of a sudden we hear, boom! And you know what happened? You know what happened to him? He got pulled off of fucking duty. He got put in the fucking back. That's what happened. He got an Article 15 and he got dropped down in rank. He was lucky to have that. Shit, dude. Anyway, Dip Shitterton has something to say about how I'm trying to take away his rights. No, you're just irresponsible. You're extremely irresponsible.
Oh my god, I had no idea. Next time I'll make sure that my fucking fan art doesn't have bad trigger discipline. Are you kidding me? That's irresponsibility to you? It's funny. You sit there and you act like you're some proud, knowledgeable military dude, but you're nothing of the sort. You want to take away my gun rights. which you should be protecting. By
At what point did I say you want to take away your gun rights? Own all the guns you want. I don't give a shit. Buy a goddamn Mod Deuce. Get a Mark 19. Get a fucking tank. I don't care. Just know how to use it. You don't know how to use the firearms that you have.
and your evidence of this is fan art. Fan art that is 10 years old that I didn't even draw.
I guarantee you, you are the type of person to get kicked off of the range. Because actual firearms experts or anybody that's been around firearms for a significant amount of time, when you come onto the range, you know what they're going to say? Fuck that guy. Get him the hell out of here.
I'll just be sure not to show them my fan art then. Get him off the range! He has bad fan art with bad trigger discipline!
You can own those weapons. Sure. Fine. I don't give a fuck. Have them in your house. Blow your own fucking foot off. Just don't do it at my range. I don't give a shit. Idiot.
Yes, because I'm the idiot.
Dynacat, no, I disagree. I'm not going to take away his gun rights. He has every right to own firearms. I would rather him blow his own fucking foot off or, hurt somebody and go to prison for the rest of his life than, take away his gun rights. Controversial opinion? Fine. I really don't give a shit. But you know what? He has the right to own it. That's the well-regulated part of the well-regulated militia that all of these right-wing libertarian dipshits don't understand. Well-regulated. You don't like regulations, but
Well regulated, as in efficient and orderly, not like regulated, like regulations, like fucking laws. You are stupid. Why am I even talking to you? You are not worth my time.
when it comes to actually doing the right thing, you should probably regulate that once in a while. Let's just say that. What's going on, Jay Gamer? I don't give a shit if that's Biden or Trump or whatever weirdo gets elected into office. It does not matter. I have that obligation because I'm a real fucking man and I can actually say that. You can barely read, it seems. And I'm not talking about a learning disability. All I'm talking about is the fact that you can't even get through this video that you put up without misconstruing something to try and make it into your own propaganda. That's it. That's all this is. Propaganda. And we'll get into that. Hold on. It's foreshadowing. We'll get into that when we get into the comments. It's fucking ridiculous how dumb these people are. And by these people, I mean Dipshitterton and his crew.
You don't like my politics, so you want to take my rights away. That's clear as day.
Never said that.
And two, it's because somebody
Never
made
even
fan art of
alluded to
me.
that.
Whether you said I shouldn't be allowed to own guns or just shouldn't own them in general, it doesn't matter. Because saying that I shouldn't own guns over fan art that I didn't even draw, that's 10 years old, is probably the stupidest statement ever made in the history of mankind. You do realize that, right? It is a stupid statement, whether which way you meant it. With my finger on the trigger, showing bad trigger discipline. So you want to take away my gun rights? That is the most ridiculous
Hold on, there's one thing I actually...
thing I have ever heard in my life. You do realize I don't make the art, right, on my channel. I'm not an artist. I don't make every piece of art that's on my fucking channel. I don't think any like my politics. So you want to take my rights away? That's clear as day. And two, it's because somebody made fan art of me with my finger on the trigger, showing bad trigger discipline. So you want to take away my
Okay,
gun rights?
never mind.
That is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my life. You do realize?
At no point did I say that. I said you have bad trigger discipline because that's fan art of you, and it kind of displays who you are because it's fan art, and you have bad trigger discipline. So maybe it's a reflection of who you are based off of someone's perception of you.
And therefore, I shouldn't own guns?
Do you understand that?
No.
Do you understand how someone's perception of you could be bad and they could kind of draw you out to be really bad with weapons? I'm just saying, you know.
Okay, in that case, here's a drawing of my perception of you holding a gun. Oh, look! It's Lizard! It's security monitor Lizard, and he's shooting a gun with his penis! He shouldn't own guns!
I mean, I went after Suits thing, and you can't use Suits graphics anymore because, well, honestly, dude pounded you into the fucking dirt. And me and Suit had a conversation about it. He was just like, well, I'm Australian. I don't know how these weapons actually function. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. That makes a whole lot of sense. But you had no idea how any of those weapons functioned, which is like, there's like 3 fucking videos of me talking about how bad you were with those weapons, with the Dishka laying on its side, with
Lizard, these are animations and fan art not made by me, but others. They do not entail my perspective on firearms or how I operate them. Do you understand that? No, you don't. You don't understand that. Lizard, you are unbelievable.
the Kalashnikov, and you have I think in the video I was talking about, you actually have something like it's like a PPSH, just like with the magazine like straight up at the front. It's really weird. And you're gonna talk to me about weapons and how I don't understand when I have handled tons of fucking weapons.
Okay, first off, I didn't go to you and criticize you owning weapons. I never said you shouldn't own weapons, for one. For two, I never said that, like you're bad with weapons. You're probably fine with weapons. You obviously know like the obvious fucking firearm safety rules. That's fine. But my issue lies where you sit there and you say that I shouldn't own firearms because somebody made art showing and displaying bad firearm knowledge, who is obviously not me. I didn't make it, and it was 10 years old. Even if I did make it, it's not relevant today. Oh my god, dude, just shut up. The fact that you even double and triple down on this shit is ridiculous.
Let me tell you something, dipshitterton. Here's what I carried in Iraq: an M9, an M4, an M240 Bravo, and a motherfucking M500. That was my loadout every single fucking day. Every day. So tell me about how you understand weapons.
Okay, when I tell you that I've owned, like an MP5, a Tommy gun, a fucking several AR-15s, and all the weapons you've owned, by the way, well, I mean, you've just used. I've actually owned and used for years. But that doesn't count, but you using them counts.
Get the fuck out of here.
Again, I'm not sure if you understand what I'm saying here, but he's saying that he owned firearms. No, he borrowed firearms from the military for a few years, so that makes him an expert. But me owning them for like a decade and using them multiple times a week for a decade doesn't make me a firearm expert. What the fuck?
Cool, whatever. But why are you shitting on the artists? Like, if people give them to you, you should be like, oh yeah, that's great. or oh yeah, that's all right. You know what happens when somebody gives me some fan art? I'm extremely grateful for it.
Okay, look. Sometimes I get art, and the knowledge of firearms isn't all there, right? The anatomy of the firearm is wrong. Like the magazine will be in the wrong place, or my finger will be on the trigger, right? I'm not going to deny that art just because of stupid mistakes like that. I'm saying I love and appreciate all my art, and I display most of it on my website, and that's how you found it, in fact. And you're sitting here making this argument now that I'm being too picky, but making an argument that I'm not being picky enough. Like, for example, you're like, well, don't accept the ones with bad trigger discipline, but you're sitting here saying that I should just accept whatever I get at the same time. Like, what the fuck? Choose a side, bro.
Like this. Look at this. Hold on. Look at this. Check this out. There you go. That's awesome. That was created by Brainless. He just sent it to me. And I've been a shitbag to Brainless. Brainless is pretty goddamn good.
Anyways, he goes on for another hour arguing and tripling down on the fact that my bad fan art means that I shouldn't own guns. Okay, so I'm not going to argue with him anymore because this video is already a half hour long. It's already getting ridiculously long. This is one of the stupidest arguments I've ever had with anybody. And yeah, I'm just not going to fucking indulge anymore because this is just stupid. This guy is not even worth my time, and I got to go to work soon, like in an hour or so. Like, I'm just gonna leave, and I'm gonna render this, and I'm gonna head out the door. But this guy just needs to be known as a fucking complete idiot that he is. So I'm making the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, check the description box and all that, and subscribe and like and favorite and all that bullshit. All right, later. Thank you for watching. If you really like this video, be sure to subscribe. Also, smash that like button and the bell button. If you really want to support the channel, then become a patron on Patreon. Even if you just donate $1 a month, it helps tremendously. Thanks for watching.